Miller versus California. Here is some background information on Miller versus California. Marvin Miller was part owner in an adult store which sold obscene objects. In 1971, Marvin Miller conducted a mass mailing campaign to advertise his company's products, though some of the recipients had not requested these brochures and felt violated. Many of the recipients reported Miller to the police. This led to Miller's conviction. He was accused of breaking a California statute that prohibited distribution of obscene material. California had written the statute due to two similar Supreme Court cases, Memoirs v. Massachusetts and Roth v. United States. Miller appealed the court's decision. He argued that the First Amendment right should protect him. What Miller did not realize is that some speech is not protected by the First Amendment. This is when the big question developed. What exactly counts as obscenity? In earlier cases, such as Roth v. United States and Memoirs v. Massachusetts, obscenity had already been classified, though for Miller v. California, the Supreme Court felt they needed to alter and clarify the definition of obscenity to prevent confusion in future cases. In 1973, they changed the guidelines of what is and isn't obscene based off of what they now call the Miller test. Material is classified as obscene if all three of the following conditions can be applied. Condition 1. Whether the average person applying contemporary community standards would find that the work taken as a whole appeals to the prurient interest. Condition 2. Whether the work depicts or describes in patently offensive way sexual conduct specifically defined by the applicable state law. Condition 3. Whether the work taken as a whole lacks serious literary, artistic, political, or scientific value. Today, these three conditions are nicknamed the Miller test. Chief Justice Burger was the main contributor to the Miller test. The Miller test is also called the three-pronged obscenity test. Brief overview of the key facts in the Miller case. It all started when Miller conducted a mass mailing of adult material. Unwilling recipients of Miller's advertisements complained to the police and began the legal proceedings. The main question of the case was, is the sale and distribution of obscene material protected by the First Amendment? The court ruled that the distribution of obscene objects is not protected by the First Amendment. This ruling was a 5-4 decision in the Burger Court. This led the court to changing the definition of obscenity to help with similar cases in the future. Miller's impact. This case had a big reaction from the community because some citizens felt that this was a threat to their ideas and thoughts. To them, it felt like an invasion on their First Amendment right, even though it was meant to protect the community.